So
Tonberry's a Final Fantasy thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I assume all Final Fantasy characters have like 1,000,000 9s in their HP status.
Tonberries are unique. Tonberries are not. They never look threatening, but they come at you super slow, and then they stab you once for 999999999.
Oh
right.
wow!
Yeah.
That's how they work. That's where all their nines go, is into the knife as it stabs you, and therefore into you.
So yeah, that's really good. Good start. Good. I guess maybe not initial, but good current bid for that lot. A couple things have confused me that I want to ask about. Those you can go, of course, to disrbus.org/prizes/silent. You can see all the other silent auctions there as well. I have to ask about the Tonberry thing. The mounted Tonberry head. It says that let its lifeless gaze, intimidate your would-be foes.
Okay.
But the thing is it's mounted, so it's like mounted on your wall in your house, maybe over your fireplace, because it's a trophy, so you want to show it off to people. Does that mean you're inviting would-be foes into your house?
Well, everybody's a would-be foe, really.
I
Yeah.
guess.
And do you not had friendships? Like they toss and turn between foe and friend a lot.
Yeah, but
I mean,
rarely.
Yikes.
In high school.
Rarely did Cloud like go out to fight like in places and then turn around and be like, "Why don't you guys just come over and hang out for a bit?"
Well,
I mean,
okay.
you could also mount it on the wall of your cubicle or in your office, perhaps. Assuming anybody
yeah.
ever goes back to work in person.
On
Your
the
car.
outside of your house. If
I
you're
would
like,
say-
I'll just put it there.
Yeah, hood of your car.
I would suggest making it into a huge belt buckle, but of course, as we all know, Final Fantasy XIV is about to do away with belts. So therefore, just get it on a chain like Flava Flav.
Wait,
Yeah,
I
it's
have a question, Carrie.
What's her name's going to be completely naked?
No, well, I mean, there's that.
Yeah.
But how is anyone going to keep their pants on without all the belts?
I think they keep the belts,
Suspenders.
but the belt stat is going away because it hasn't actually done anything for a while. I don't know. There's something about Final Fantasy XIV 1.0 had belts and they meant something, and they haven't since 2.0 kicked off. And I'm saying all of this because Daniel said it some time ago, and I don't know if any of it's correct.
I picture somebody in a board meeting being like, but what if belts have what have belts
Well,
done for us lately?
That's
Nothing.
why-
Nah.
Rebalance the belt.
That's
have a
why
belt
they keep
rupture.
The
Nomura
belt meta.
contained to Kingdom Hearts, because he's the one who cares about costume canon. He's not allowed
Oh my
into the
goodness.
Final Fantasy.
I
His
haven't
obsession
heard-
with costume canon is why we have a cutscene in KH3 of King Mickey's shirt coming off to keep it in line with the cutscene from KH1 that is like 15 years old.
Beautiful.
Okay.
No, I'm reeling
Wow.
at costume
That was
Don't be sorry.
consistency. I forgot the words already, but my brain was like happy.
That's all he cares about is the costumes. The whole story is just about how they get the costumes.
And I guess my second question is Hades related.
Oh, okay.
Is there anybody else in the game that you wish you could romance other than the three options you're given? I'll go first. Artemis.
I really do like Artemis.
I'm gonna start driving Molly.
Okay.
I
Okay,
don't
but who's
mean
going to
like
be driving the bus?
Yeah. Start. Just watching Molly's arms start moving while I'm pushing things. Good. Yeah. Great timing on that. I do have control now.
Okay.
Cerberus.
Ooh, that'd be fun. And it not romance in a way that means it has to lead to anything sexual, but just like
No.
romance in a way it's like you like actually having a more a deeper connection to that person.
I think Cerberus needs more attention,
that would be
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
especially that one head that I can't do anything with.
Cerberus
Like,
probably needs more dog walks, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you ever take Cerberus on walkies?
They're
No.
I haven't played Hades, so I don't know
I'd
who
like-
these names sound familiar. I've seen Hades Town, the musical. Is it similar? There's less stabbing in the musical.
I'd like to give him different treats at the end instead of the satyr sack.
I mean, he likes it.
I know, but I'd like to get him something that I don't think is smelly
Oh,
and looks like it's greasy, like something maybe a little healthier. Maybe, I don't know.
some dead souls. Like, there's not much to choose from. I think down there.
I mean, but can't I like throw Skelly around with him or something?
Give him a bone to chew on.
Oh my gosh, that would
Skelly
be so
seems
cute.
to be able to take a good hit.
You just like that Skelly, romance Skelly, and then take long romantic walks with Cerberus, where you're taking Cerberus for a walk with Skelly, and you're just out there playing fetch with Skelly. It's a whole thing. I can see the fan fiction.
You just
Seems
hit
like Skelly
Skelly for
can't go-
distance.
Yeah. Can't go for a run without getting taken down.
Yeah. Do you want us to fill you in on some of the lore here, Molly? Or are you-
Absolutely not.
Great. Okay. Glad to hear it.
I'm gonna rotate my fluids.
Oh, fair.
That makes sense.
I take it, Carrie, you've played?
Just watch Daniel,
Oh, okay.
like random little moments. Nothing.
But you're aware of like a lot of the characters and stuff then?
Yeah.
Heather is vicious at the game.
I got was it the 30
You did the 32 heat.
32 heat? I tried it with all the heats turned on once, and I got about 4 rooms in because I kind of forgot that and I should maybe not just try to tank everything with every heat possible.
But it's one of those things that whenever people talk about how girls can't play video games, it's definitely my go-to now. Is like my wife can just mess up Hades at 32 heat. She has done it before. You can't just tell me that it's like, oh well, they only like to play Cookie Clicker and stuff. It's like no,
I keep forgetting that other people aren't
that sexist?
aren't at the level of video game playing that I'm at. I just assume that like I'm baseline, so when a thing comes out, I'm like, I did that thing, but that's probably pretty easy. And then I watch Beach play, and then I'm like, oh, right. I forget. Well, like I tried watching you play that final boss fight in Hollow Knight, and I was just like, I don't know why you can't do this.
Yeah, the what is it again? The Awoken, the Acceptable,
the oh shoot, it's been so long.
Yeah, it's very bright, and it's
the big moth thing. Isn't
Oh,
it?
yeah, it's about being incredibly bright, and it's
Radiance.
the
Thank
Radiance.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that took
Oh,
me 3 or 4 tries, I think, to get the Radiance down.
Yeah.
I was so mad because it was like the try before it, I was actually really close, and I didn't notice. I didn't know.
Meanwhile, I hate the fact that she's like, it took me 3 or 4 tries, and I'm like, for God's sake, like.
Well, it only took me like 3 hours to take down Speedy. What's his face in the tent? The Crimson.
Oh,
Vampire.
Grim.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Nightmare Grim.
Nightmare Grim.
Took me about 3 hours.
I think you said you went back to play normal Grim at one point, and you
It
couldn't.
really messed me up because he
the
was so
timing's different.
slow.
Yeah.
How about Zote? How far did you go on Zote?
Oh, the endless soap stuff. I went long enough to get the special thing at the opening screen where he hums his own tune.
I love that.
So good.
When Daniel played that through, someone else did that for us and sent us footage because he couldn't.
It's really
can't.
I mean weird. So you get like overwhelmed by like the weirdness of stuff that's going on, and then the Zote that's like the fan fiction Zote's in there a lot, and he's kind of a pain.
Just the sheer mechanical difficulty of combating that many Zotes at once, I think, was too much for Daniel. And I wish I could remember the name of the person who did that for us, but it was beautiful to watch. And then to go to the screen and see him just humming along to the tune.
What's been interesting is when we watch Adam Savadan, when we watch Adam play.
Oh, gee, it was Carrie B. That's who did it. Which I should have remembered because it sounds kind of like my name. Spelled different. Anyway, Adam?
Well, watching Adam play, like when he was playing Hollow Knight for the first time, when I watched him, because I didn't watch a lot, I just watched a little bit, but I realized that he was picking up on so many things about how the fights work and how they operate, and he was like watching him fight Grim, it was like, oh, you got this immediately, or you got this so fast that you're like, you've died 2 or 3 times already, but you've already now fallen into it, and your reflexes are just there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I was not doing that.
He's not only really good at like noticing the patterns right away, but he's really good at like getting through them right away. Whereas I'll notice patterns, but it takes me a while to get my get my hands to want to do those patterns
Yeah,
necessarily.
there's like the mechanical skill and then the gaming literacy
Yeah.
Mhm.
of like
By and-
understanding how.
By and large, mine is like anything that I do. Like in Metroid Dread, it was like I died an awful lot, but largely it was building up muscle memory to understand how to do the thing I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
I get so frustrated by not being as good as I want to be. And then
It's hard sometimes.
I
Yeah.
just stop. Because otherwise I get very, very, very frustrated, and that's not good. That's how you
Yeah.
end up having like the first fight of your marriage over Mario Baseball. And how some people don't understand what good sportsmanship means. What, I'm supposed to be happy when I lose? I don't understand.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I feel where you're coming from. Definitely the kind of idea like I hate that I got beat so bad, and you're just
It's so much worse because it's in front of Daniel, and I really want to impress him, and I want him to think I'm cool and good at games, and then I can't swing a baseball bat to save my life or my gaming score or whatever. And yeah,
Meanwhile, there's me who, upon beating Heather so bad with an incredible score, like neither of us ever seen at Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, that I'm
Oh,
like, yo,
goodness.
I need a picture of this and a screenshot. Like I need to record this. I need a record of this to hold for later because I need to
Alright.
see how well I did.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
see, that's the other side of the bad sportsmanship, is that you're not supposed to be happy when you're happy that you won. You're supposed to be magnanimous.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
guess
no, he
you're
was
also not
incredibly
supposed to-
happy.
yeah, you're also not supposed to accuse the other person of throwing the game in your favor.
Wow.
It's been like more than a decade.
Okay. Yeah, Mario Superstar Baseball's not been out for a while, so
Yeah.
Man.
That
I
was within
haven't-
the first year of our marriage. That was ages ago.
I haven't done a I gave you that game taunt in so long.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to do it to my dad when we played chess because he was really like, I was young. I was like maybe 12. And I was like, I know how to move the pieces around, and he clearly knew more than that. And I got a little bit better over time, and I beat him occasionally, but not very often. But it got to a point where if I could beat him once, and then the next game he'd be all like, I won, and blah, blah, like the thing, and I'd be like, yeah, I let you. And I do it with a very straight face, and he'd get very upset.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Regardless of whether you did or you didn't.
I mean, I don't think he could tell.
Okay. I have the problem I have is that I don't like to be teased. And so in that respect, it's like if you were taunting me in a game,
I don't.
it's
Wait, have I
it's-
taunted you? In a
No,
game?
I don't.
I don't think I.
not
I
that
think
I
I've been
remember.
generally better about
Yeah.
that since for a while.
But it's like the quickest way to turn me off of doing anything involving another person is that if they start teasing me about something, it's like, well, we're done doing this now because I'm not here to have you do that to me. kind of
yeah.
I will respond to a person's energy with the same kind of energy. So if we play a game and they're constantly like, "Hi, I'm winning," and I'm like, pushing in your face or whatever,
Mhm.
then I will absolutely go into full spite mode. And if I win, then I'm doing the same thing. And if I lose, then I definitely let them win several times. And I can pull that off with a pretty good straight face. I haven't done that in a while. I generally don't play a lot of multiplayer games.
I mean, and the flip side of that is if you're not taking the game, like if you're just kind of treating the game flippantly, like you're like, I was here to play it in the beginning, and now I've decided I don't want to play it anymore, so now I'm just kind of screwing around, and I'm not doing it. I'm not taking the game like seriously to try to get to an end point. I'm just trying to be like whatever. Then there's that sense of you just want to be like, well, then I'm not going to take it seriously either, and I'm just going to start doing things that are counterproductive, and I'm going to start doing a whole bunch of things that don't make any sense. And why would you do them? And,
I've only there's been a couple of multiplayer games that I've played where I've started to do things that weren't necessarily counterproductive. They just weren't what the people in the cooperative board game wanted.
yeah.
Because we had a person in the group who decided they should tell everybody all the strategies they should be doing and tell
Oh.
people which way they should go and where they should go. And I don't
That's so
take that
fun.
well. I don't take backseating well from anyone, never mind another player at the board. So it's like, you should do these things. I'm like, cool, I'm going that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be the worst path. It might be just a fine path, but I ain't going the way you've suggested now.
I do have a habit, particularly with Boomer. If we get together to play a game, we automatically, without any like talking or discussing, we just automatically start working together to subvert the win conditions of the game. We sat down once to play tic-tac-toe at like a Dave and Buster's kind of, not tic-tac-toe, match 4.
Okay.
At like a Dave and Buster's style place. So it's like this big, huge screen and everything. We didn't discuss it, but we both started strategically trying to make choices to fill up the board.
Hey.
We also once played Duck Game with Daniel and some guy that Boomer was kind of interested in at the time or something.
Okay.
But we were, so 4 of us playing, and one of the boys died and the other one laid down and played dead, which is a thing you can do in Duck Game.
Mm-hmm.
And Elena, Boomer, and I grabbed their corpses and began dragging them back and forth across the screen and continued to do it for about 45 minutes while laughing maniacally before throwing all of us onto a pyre.
Wow.
It was epic. We broke the people in the room with us. Duck Game does not get played in our house anymore.
Yeah. There's certain games I can't play, like things like diplomacy or werewolf type games.
Yeah.
I don't like feeling like people can lie to my face and get away with it. And I learned which ones can do it at that point, and it really upsets me in a way that is like, you're not, there's that rule where you're like, this is just a game, treat it just like a game. And I'm like, yes, I do, but now I know this person can lie to me very well, and I don't like knowing that information. I'd rather be a little bit oblivious.
Yeah.
I like watching people play those games, like in like the Among Us category or whatever. Not werewolf specifically, because I burnt out on that at like a PAX or something.
Oh
but...
God, yeah. People wanted to play werewolf until the sun came up, and we didn't realize that's what was going on. So we're sitting there, like they're like, "Oh, you want to play werewolf?" I'm like, "Sure." And then it just kind of kept going, and nobody was really willing to say, "Hey, maybe we should give this a rest briefly."
Maybe we should sleep.
Yeah. And we didn't stay till the sun came up. It was just like nobody wanted to stop, and so they just all kept going. And I was at a point where it's just kind of like, I think I need to get out of here because it's been too much and I'm tired and I want to go to bed. And it feels weird to bow out of a game because everyone's playing, right? So like you feel, I didn't realize it's like that is the kind of game where you can be like, okay, that's my 15th hand and I'm done and I'm going home. And everyone's like, that's cool, see you later. I didn't realize that was the etiquette. You're allowed to do stuff like that. Right. So it really burnt me out on that. When I played Secret Hitler we got to the very end with Ian and Cam, and I basically, like, as the last fascist, because everyone was like, Cam's a fascist. They just knew right away. They're like, yeah, we know he's playing as fascist. We don't know who the other one is. And I had Ian convinced that I was a liberal, like he was, and to just be like, look, the only way we're going to get through this is that you have to do X, whatever the thing is you have to do. And then let me do the next thing, because then that means that we can actually achieve the last goal. We can get there. But if you do it too early, then we're not going to have. Then you're going to see that's going to end up the wrong way against Cam, right? But again, you don't know if you've already got the other fascist out. So he's like, I have to work with Beej in order to get this thing out because I have to do it. No, at that point, Cameron and I, of course, both won. But having to just lie to my friend's face. And it was like, he's buying it, and it's so great that he's buying it because I want to win this game. But I think my heartbeat has been at 110 this entire time.
Yeah, there's a lot of anxiety.
And I'm so exhausted from having to do this and having to treat everything like, if we don't do this properly, it's all just gonna like, it's not gonna work out properly. We need to do this thing so we can win. And I could see the line, and I was like, please just believe me. Please just believe me. Like, like, yeah, no.
The only lies I'm really any good at telling are the ones where I very confidently say something like, oh yeah, the difference between a cog and a gear is the amount of empty space in the center. It's that kind of thing. That's it. Anything
Was
else?
that a lie, though? You were right.
Carrie,
I didn't know.
Can you take the bus?
Yeah.
My contact lens has now fallen out, like I said it was going to at some
Oh,
point.
great.
Yes. So
Let's
if you could take
rotate the
bus,
eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
you have it.
I have the bus.
Cool. Thanks. I'm gonna help you find a contact.
I can't
lens.
find it. It's not in here.
Okay.